Hello students and welcome back to the continued session of metals and non-metals. So in our previous class we started with the chapter metals and non-metals, and there we discussed about the physical properties of metals as well as the non-metals. Now so far we have discussed about the physical properties of metals as well as non-metals, and now we are going to discuss the chemical properties of them. So firstly we'll discuss the chemical properties of metals. Here we'll discuss about the reaction of metals with different elements like oxygen, water, acids and bases. First, the reaction of metals with oxygen. When the metals react with oxygen, they form metal oxides which are basic in nature. Like in the process of rusting, the iron reacts with oxygen to form iron oxide. This iron oxide formed is called rust. And the layer of iron oxide that is deposited over the iron metal. Parallelly, when the magnesium ribbon is burnt in air in the presence of oxygen, it reacts with oxygen to form a magnesium oxide, which is obtained in the form of white ashes. And if the white ash obtained on burning the magnesium ribbon that is dissolved in water and tested with the red and blue litmus papers, we'll find that the red litmus paper turns blue. This is because the magnesium oxide formed is basic in nature. So we can conclude that the metals react with oxygen to form metal oxides which are basic in nature. Second, the reaction of metals with water. So metals react with water to form basic oxides with the evolution of heat. And this can be understood clearly by performing an activity. For that, take a 250 ml beaker and fill half of it with water. Now carefully cut a small piece of sodium metal. Dry it using a filter paper and wrap it in a small piece of cotton. Put the sodium piece wrapped in cotton into beaker and observe carefully. You will observe that sodium reacts vigorously with water. It is to be noted that during the observation, stay away from the beaker, and when the reaction stops, touch the beaker. What do you feel? You will feel that the beaker has become hot. This is because the reaction is exothermic and hence heat is evolved. Now test the solution with red and blue litmus papers. You will find that the solution turns red litmus blue. This is because when sodium metal reacts with water, it forms sodium hydroxide. And sodium hydroxide is basic in nature. So the red litmus turns blue. Thus we can say that metals like sodium reacts with water to form metal oxides with the evolution of heat. Now you will be able to answer why sodium is kept in kerosene. Sodium metal is very reactive. It reacts vigorously with oxygen and water. This reaction is exothermic and hence a lot of heat is evolved. But sodium does not react with kerosene. It is therefore stored in kerosene. Then comes the third, the metals reacting with acids. When metal reacts with acids, hydrogen gas is formed, and this can be understood with the help of an activity. For this activity, take a test tube and a beaker. Pour 5 ml of dilute sulfuric acid into the test tube and 20 ml of soap solution in the beaker. Now drop small pieces of zinc granules into the test tube. what do you observe? You will see bubbles in the test tube. Now allow the bubbles to pass through the soap solution kept in the beaker and bring a burning matchstick near the mouth of the beaker and listen carefully. You will hear a pop sound. What does the pop sound indicates? It indicates the presence of hydrogen gas. Here, the zinc granules react with dilute sulfuric acid to form zinc sulfate and hydrogen gas. This shows that the metals react with acids to produce hydrogen gas. Then comes the fourth one, that is reaction of metals with bases. Again, when metals react with bases, hydrogen gas is formed. This can also be understood and proved by performing an activity. For this activity, prepare a fresh solution of sodium hydroxide in a test tube by dissolving 3 to 4 pallets of it in 5 ml of water. Drop a piece of aluminium foil into it and bring a burning matchstick near the mouth of the test tube and listen carefully. You will hear a pop sound. What does the pop sound indicates? It indicates the presence of hydrogen gas. Here, the aluminium metal reacts with sodium hydroxide solution to form sodium aluminate and hydrogen gas. Thus, we can say that metals react with bases to produce hydrogen gas. So this was a mere discussion regarding the chemical properties of metals. In the next session, we will be having a look upon the various chemical equations which are involved in the chemical properties of metals. How the metals actually react with different elements. We will be studying their chemical equations. So till then, stay safe, stay healthy, and goodbye.